I guarantee he paid for it.
I can't.
I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably going to get you f***ed up.
Gervonta Davis is making bold claims ahead of his rematch with Lamont Roach, confidently predicting a dominant performance. He's even wagering $5 million on a knockout victory, proof of his self-belief and dismissal of the idea that Roach stands a real chance this time around.
His ass
He can't do shit.
for real. Bad, be quiet.
I don't give a f***. Y'all was quiet. If y'all was loud.
They got the whole hood over there.
Like, twisted up. I don't give a
Y'all
none
can
of that.
do whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none
My
of that.
mother, he
I
can't
don't care
stop
about no
nothing
hood,
over
no
here.
none of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's
Well,
gonna get f***ed up over here. What do I look like getting f***ed up?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That shit ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee
can't.
he pay for it.
I can't.
I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you f***ed up. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you out your spot. They gonna trick you out your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
The hype around this rematch brings back echoes of Floyd Mayweather's first clash with Marcos Maidana. Maidana controlled much of that initial bout, leading many to expect him to win the second fight. But Mayweather made adjustments and outclassed him with ease in the rematch. A similar storyline could unfold here. Roach looked superior in the first meeting, and public sentiment has shifted in his favor. But Davis has a reputation for adapting quickly, and this time, he's determined to rewrite the narrative.
YouTube, we're back again with some more boxing news in the boxing world. Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach for the rematch is on the horizon. It will be happening this year, and it will be happening very, very soon. This is the thing, YouTube. If y'all agree with me on what I'm about to tell y'all, I want y'all to throw the thumbs up, because this is what's going to happen. If y'all remember the Mayweather and Maidana match, where everybody thought Maidana beat Mayweather in the first match when they fought each other, like he dominated him, he beat him. Same thing goes here. Lamont Roach, everybody's saying that he dominated Gervonta Davis, but this is not going to happen in the rematch. Gervonta Davis is going to dominate Lamont Roach. If y'all agree with me on what I'm telling y'all, this is just like the Mayweather-Maidana fight. I'm trying to tell you. Lamont Roach is going to lose in the rematch, and that's a guarantee. That's not a prediction. That is a spoiler. If y'all agree with me, throw a thumbs up. And if you ain't got Eat Up Keeps the News, subscribe.
After the controversial result of their first fight, Davis restructured his training camp. He hired a new coach to sharpen his technique and introduce greater discipline. This wasn't just a tactical move, it was personal. Davis wanted to eliminate distractions and focus entirely. Every mistake that let Roach gain momentum is being addressed. His revamped training methods reflect a deep hunger for redemption, not just participation. Davis is preparing with urgency, leaving no detail overlooked.
Yo, what's going on, fight fans? Check it out. It looks like Gervonta Davis has a new coach. Now, this is Coach Mustafa. He's a well-known coach down in the Atlanta area, and it looks like he's starting to train with him. I know he has that upcoming rematch coming up. It looks like it's slated for the June. Now, this coach is known for his working on timing, precision, accuracy. Those are some of the things that this coach is well known for. He's also been training Tevin Farmer for his past 2 fights. Now, what does this mean for Tank? Is he leaving Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny, or is he adding Coach Mustafa to the team? Is it smart to switch trainers so close to a fight? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below.
This isn't just another fight. It's the most anticipated rematch of the year. Lamont Roach is the only opponent in recent memory who truly pushed Gervonta Davis to the edge. Their previous bout left fans wondering, was Roach's performance a fluke, or is he truly the better fighter? The rematch promises answers. Can Roach repeat, or even surpass his showing? Or will Davis reassert his dominance? With legacy, pride and reputation at stake, both fighters are all in.
Gary Jonas shed some light on the negotiations for the rematch. While he didn't give too many details, Jonas did say that the second bout between Davis and Roach Jr. is all but finalized. Let's hear what he got to say right now.
Important question on everyone's mind. How close is the rematch? How big will it be? How close is it to getting done?
Very close. It's in my mind, it's a done deal, but there are formalities, but it's a done deal, and it's not far.
Lamont Roach continues to carry himself with humility, faith, and determination. While others hype up fights with trash talk, Roach remains calm and focused. He lets his preparation and discipline speak louder than words. Even as media attention intensifies, Roach's mentality remains steady. That unwavering mindset has been crucial to his rise. He's ready, physically, mentally, and spiritually, for the moment ahead.
Who am I here with today? Lamont Roach Jr. I don't know who you are, man. What do you do for a living? And I box. How long have you been boxing for? I've been boxing since I was 9 years old, so 20 years. How old were you when you made your first million? I was 29. You made some money. What's the best piece of advice about money you've received throughout your career? Save that money. That money gonna save you. Has there ever been one experience where you spent too much money than you thought you should have, that you regret? That I regret? No. But there's been a lot of times where I shouldn't have spent as much money as I did. Is there one piece of advice that now that you've been boxing for a couple of years, you could tell your younger self about boxing? My advice to my younger self would be keep going. You're gonna end up exactly where you're supposed to be at. As long as you work hard, put your faith in God, and you just keep pushing. What made you really stand out as a boxer? My hard work, determination to be the best. Is there one boxer that you think inspires you the most with your play style? I take bits and pieces from all boxers, even some of my opponents and stuff like that. Anyone specifically? No, not necessarily. What keeps you motivated to keep pushing hard still? It's definitely hard for me to give up because I know what's at stake. I know what can happen. I know what can happen with hard work. But if I ever feel like giving up, my motivation will be my son, my family, the ones who behind me 100%. They've been down at the bottom with me, so they coming up top with me. Where can they find you on social media, man? 101X. Thank you so much.
Verbal jabs have escalated in the build-up, but all the talk disappears once the first bell rings. The rematch is where everything will be decided. Reputations will be made or broken. Online debates and press conference banter won't matter when the punches start flying. This fight will settle the score. Opinions don't win rounds. Execution does. By the end, the better man will be undeniable.
The rematch gonna happen at this point because I'm not gonna lie, for it to be a whole month later and y'all still arguing over who actually won, it's just really like, okay, yeah, run it back because we gotta go ahead and settle this, squabble this up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say neither fighter in here is shitty, okay? Because after the fight I seen on March 1st, yeah, they both was tagging shit. Both getting up with each other, okay? I feel like this is the perfect match. If anybody's gonna do a rematch, you need to be down, period. And Gervonta was stinging him. I'm not gonna lie, he was stinging him. Great fight for him. But I'm not gonna lie, he came out knowing what he was trying to do. Y'all have to give it to him. Like, y'all just be hating, okay? Y'all can't get in the ring and fucking fight. Y'all just be hating. At least I'm giving them they props, okay? Because Gervonta had a great fight. Don't get me wrong. My money was on him. But I think what messed him up was the fact that when he came out, y'all know he usually be 2 steps ahead. He was 3 steps ahead. I feel like he already had Tank figured out. And he definitely was not expecting that. And him, on the other hand, I think he came in really having something to prove. I'm not going to lie, y'all. Like, it was a really good fight, and I feel like this is how I see it. In the beginning of the fight, he was stinking, back to back, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the fight, that's when he finally kicked it up. But I seen consistency through him through the whole fight. Not gonna lie, like, so I just feel like the rematch should happen because never know. He might, now that he was 3 steps ahead, become 8 steps ahead, and he might really knock his butt down. But at the end of the day, it's like, we need this rematch because I don't think this is ever gonna be a dispute that is settled and, you know, officially he won, he lost until they fight. Like, we gotta see it.
Gervonta Davis enters this fight with a point to prove. After being criticized for his focus, hunger, and conditioning, he's coming back with fire. The doubts have fueled him. He's pushing himself harder than ever, determined to silence critics and prove he's far from finished. Davis knows he can't afford another slip-up. He's tightening every flaw Roach exposed. This isn't just about a win, it's about sending a message.
Everybody really think Tank go take the L. I've been seeing it. They said it's over. They think that this time Lamont go in more confident, knowing that basically he can, you know, really take it to Tank. Yeah, I want him to go in there confident. He's very skilled. Go in there confident because you gonna go up against a different Tank. Like I told y'all in previous videos, he gonna go in there confident, thinking he could walk Tank down. Don't forget, with Tank, if he get you on that button, them lights going off. I don't care who you is. Remember how it ended up with Frank Martin? So, yeah, don't go in there thinking that you going against, like, somebody that like Ryan Garcia, somebody that's gonna fold. You're going against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think that confidence is what's going to get Lamont dropped. Because one thing I will say, with Tank, that wasn't your best fight against Lamont, bro. I feel like you was in your head too much. You was overconfident, and you was really just, your mind was in y'all story, the lore and everything with y'all history. You ain't going there like I'm fighting a stranger. You going there like, oh, this Lamont. This from the same camp. We from the same area. But now I think that whole situation woke him up, because you got to think, Tank not used to losing. He not used to people being against him. He not used to being the one that like got to step back from the situation. That's why I think he being hushed right now, because when he come this time, it ain't no talking. And that's why I think it's scary, because we never see Tank in that mode where he don't say a word. I think this gonna be a different Tank. And what's crazy is Tank used to be like that in the beginning, like when he was with Floyd. Like, I'm talking about Tank with the fade, with the waves, bro. He ain't used to be on that showboat and stuff until he got, like, you know, a little bit more in the boxing, you know, thing. Of course, once you with Floyd, you gonna start being flashy and doing backflips off the ring. But in his beginning stages, dude wasn't playing. He was dropping I think that's what he about to go to, bro. And we know that people like, man, did he take Calvin off his team? Nah, like he said, Calvin, his boy. I think he just rocking with somebody else right now to get him some sharper skills, you know, to change up his skill and what people know him by. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I think Tank go take it to Lamont. And that's not me being biased. I think we ain't ever seen
Roach, for his part, has remained disciplined and locked in. He's not letting his previous success cloud his focus. This rematch, to him, is a fresh battle, not a continuation. He's watching Davis closely, studying his improvements, and adjusting accordingly. That level of professionalism speaks volumes about Roach's mental edge. Meanwhile, fellow boxer Keyshawn Davis added an interesting take, questioning whether Gervonta still has the same passion for boxing. He hinted that while Roach looks more inspired than ever, Davis may be emotionally plateauing. In a sport where desire can make all the difference, that imbalance could be the X factor.
Do you think he wins that rematch with Lamont Roach?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. I don't know, honestly. I really don't know.
Does a lot of it hinge on Gervonta and like which version he shows up with? And no disrespect to Roach, but you know what I mean.
No, that is disrespectful to Roach, and like y'all fight fans gotta realize that is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, he in there fighting another grown man that ain't going for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think Roach is gonna come with another game plan or something better or this, that, and third. So when they had a rematch, are y'all still gonna say, oh, Take's still not his full self ever since he fought whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, Roach is a hell of a fighter. He proved he was a hell of a fighter, so he need to get that credit. He's a hell of a fighter. I don't know who's gonna win that rematch. I honestly feel like Tank is losing love for the sport, or he lost the love for the sport and he's no longer hungry anymore.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Yet you got a guy that's just super hungry and never had no attention, now getting all his attention, and now he get around two of his attention. Is like, shit, that's kind of hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Tank is he's still a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's 50-50. And to your point, we were saying, okay, he lost the love of the sport. I don't really think Canelo got this.
To sharpen his game, Davis has brought in Kenny Ellis, a well-respected trainer known for discipline, detail, and mental preparation. Under Ellis's guidance, Davis is improving his technique, building stamina, and strengthening his ring IQ. It's not just about physical improvements. Ellis is also helping Davis become a smarter fighter. Their chemistry in camp could be the key to Davis returning at full strength. This version of Gervonta is more focused, more dangerous, and better equipped than before.
Second guy in the corner. Is responsible for a lot of the real tactical decisions and tactical analysis that goes on in Gervonta Davis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents. So to have him talk about what's going on with Lamont Roach, I thought was interesting and insightful, because what he said was that, one, he's not falling for the okie doke. When Mill City asked him, hey, what do you think about the fact that, you know, that Lamont Roach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer. And I would have added to the question that you see Lamont Roach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch. Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what Lamont Roach brings to the table. And he says that Lamont Roach is, we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. You know, he says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of Lamont Roach that is going to, that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing.
In the first fight, Davis looked uncharacteristically flat. His energy dipped early, and his timing was off. Roach took full advantage. That performance left fans questioning Davis's preparedness. Now, the rematch gives him a shot at redemption, a chance to show that what we saw last time was an off night, not a decline. Early in the first bout, Davis did land sharp combinations and showed flashes of brilliance, but his performance fell off. Analysts like Jaron Ennis believe that if Davis can sustain that early fire for all rounds, Roach will face a much tougher challenge this time around.
With Lamont Roach, people looking at it as controversial because of the whole knee. What'd you think of the fight?
It was a great fight. I had it 7-5 Tank, or you can make it the draw. But I feel like Lamont, he did good. He did a great job, actually. I just don't think he did enough to pull it off. And I feel like people was overlooking what Tank was doing in the first 5-6 rounds. He was boxing and frustrating him a little bit. But Lamont, like I said before, Lamont did a great job.
Yeah, some people had it Tank, some people had it draw, some people had it Lamont. Do you think Tank gets a lot of criticism for not knocking Lamont out and Lamont not being a big name, so they overblow it?
I think so, yeah. And I feel like people just don't like Tank to a point where any little thing, just because he ain't knock him out, he probably feel as though that he lost and he didn't, or it was a draw. I feel like Tank was doing a lot of smart things in the beginning, moving a little bit too much, but I feel like he was still frustrating them and things like that. And I think Tank did a good job. He looked sharp to me. I don't know. People just be talking. At the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
Were you surprised that Lamont was in spots winning the exchanges and kind of caught Tank with some good shots that he visibly